What do you get when you're born early enough to be alive during one of the most popular films of the 21st century, but too late to understand any of the references made during that film till you hit high school? You get me. 2002, baby. I can't say anything. But what's going on, guys? I am the Bat Duck, and you are the internet. Welcome back to another review. Today, we're talking about Mean Girls 2024, not the original. I've never seen the original. I know it's crazy. People always say that it's insane that after 20 years since the original film came out, and I still haven't seen it. I'm 22 years old, and I still have never seen the original Mean Girls. I think I've caught bits and pieces every so often, like on TV when it's on and someone's like watching it and I'm walking by, but I've never fully seen the film Mean Girls, and I've heard the references all my life. I never understood anything about them, and then I was born too late to fully watch the film at the height of its popularity. So as an experiment to kind of get out of my comfort zone a little bit was to go see the new Mean Girls. I was actually kind of excited for it. It looked really good actually, and I wasn't scared to go see it by myself, which I did. And it's a musical, and I don't really like musicals. The last musical I actually enjoyed was Hamilton, and that's because everyone enjoyed Hamilton at the time, and I still do, but I'm not a big musical person. I typically do not enjoy them at all, really. I think that they don't really follow my type of storytelling, and that's neither here nor there. I'm just not that person. I've never been much into theater either. I more enjoyed the film aspect of things, and I get it, most actors are past theater kids, but that's, again, neither here nor there. Really enjoyed it, actually. Again, I'm not a big musical person, but the music was banging. I loved it. I could probably throw a lot of those songs into my normal playlist, and that's kind of like, I'm not a big music critic person. If I enjoy it, I enjoy it. That's as deep as it goes. The music was great. I enjoyed a lot of it. It was very poppy. It wasn't like annoying pop. It was just really good pop that's more around our current day and age of music, instead of really dated or going for a certain vibe. It just really hit the 2010s and 2020s type of music, and I really enjoyed that. I mean, I'm not against it. I really like it, but I am more of a film person, and I can criticize film into a more in-depth level. Mean Girls, the original, is a very popular film. Again, like I said, I've never seen it before, and I didn't want to see it before I went to go see this film because I thought it may taint my opinion on this due to seeing the original product, because a lot of people will criticize something based off the original product. I do it now, like with the new Percy Jackson show. I criticize it because I read the books when I was a kid. So as a way to deter that, I didn't go see the original film at all. So this is basically just me reviewing the film itself with no previous biases beforehand besides what everyone else said about the film. Mean Girls is a very high school film, and I mean that with the most respect. I am 22 years old. I've been out of high school for nearly 4 years now, and I'm not a big high school person. I thought high school sucked, as most people do, at least what I think most people do, and whenever a high school film pops up, I really just don't enjoy it because it's not a realistic portrayal of high school, and if it's trying to be. Mean Girls kind of does that. It splits between the realism of nasty high school politics and just but it also stretches into the absurdism of just teenage minds, I guess. And I think most props for that goes to Tina Fey and the people behind this. They were around during the original filming of Mean Girls, but they updated it to follow what high school is like nowadays, but they still kept that absurdism of SNL types things, and it really fits here. I think that the absurdism of the comedy and the ideas that are floated around are really good in conjunction with the musical aspects, because no one breaks out in song and dance in high school. I promise you, if you're watching this review and you have not hit high school yet, don't expect high school to be like anything that you've seen before. It's not like that. It knows what it is, and I really enjoy that. Thing is that a lot of the marketing didn't really show off the musical aspects of it. It hinted at it a lot. Trailers that were shown in theaters often or on TV didn't really show the musical aspect. I had 5 separate people leave my showing due to that aspect. They never came back, so I know it wasn't for a pee break or whatever. But I had a very small showing. I've had a blizzard over the weekend, and it's still fucking cold as shit here. And it was a really early showing, it was a 10 o'clock showing, so someone showing up in general was a surprise, and having that many people show up and then leave was kind of a surprise. That's just me. Yeah, Mean Girls knows what it is, and it really nails it, and it really enjoys itself immensely. I think that's, you can kind of get a feeling from film if, you know, people enjoyed what they were doing. They didn't mail it in, they just really loved what they were doing. And I think a large part of that goes to the cast. I think the cast, well, I don't have experience with the original Mean Girls cast, as many people think it's Rachel McAdams and Lindsay Lohan, I think. That film shot them into the mainstream, and it shot them into the limelight of Hollywood, but the casting choices are taken a little bit from the bits and pieces of media recently. Renee Rapp plays Regina George. She was most popular for The Six Lives of College Girls, which I heard is really good, and I've been wanting to get into that, but I haven't because, you know, life exists. But Renee Rapp nails it as Regina. I don't know what Regina's supposed to be like before, like, if she nails, like, the Regina of, like, 2004, but Renee Rapp, I'm absolutely obsessed with her performance. It's awesome. I think that she nails the mean girl aspect, as well as just kind of like the she's kind of relatable, and you know, she has this aura to her, and I really love it. And I love that in every fucking interview she's in, she's not PR trained at all. She just goes off the cuff, and she'll call people out from her past. I love it. I think it's great.
Man who owns a bus touring company. His name is Buddy, and he is such an asshole, and he was so disrespectful to my friends Priscilla and Bella, who I work with, and to my mother. If you're watching this, I can't stand you, and I hope your business burns. You are so disrespectful and so misogynistic. I hate you. Come on, Priscilla. I hear Priscilla in the other room. Yeah, fuck you, buddy.
I think Renee Rapp has a wonderful career ahead of her. She's only 24 years old. She's awesome in this. The costume design for her is awesome. I think they nail it with Regina George in this film. I think she's great. I think Renee Rapp is the standout of this film overall. Forgive me if I'm saying this wrong. Andrew Rice, I think that's how you say her name. I'm fucking it up probably. She was in the Spider-Man movies, strangely enough. That's where I remember her from. And she was also in another film, I believe it was called Honor Society, that was on Paramount for a while. That was pretty decent. I think that came out 2 years ago? A year ago? I don't know. But she was pretty decent in that, and she's pretty decent in this. I have no complaints about her performance. I didn't have anything wrong with it. I think she does a really good job overall with her singing performance. Is awesome. But I didn't really have any problems with her performance, and I was more surprised because her bigger roles in the past have been smaller, you know, secondary roles. Like she played Betty Brant in the Spider-Man movies, where she was in the movies for probably in a total for all 3 movies, probably maybe 20 minutes, 30 minutes in total in what is a 6-hour franchise. But I'm really surprised about how she was able to perform into the limelight where she plays the main character. I really enjoyed that, her performance as Katie, whatever, however you say it. It's C-A-D-Y, like what the fuck? You're supposed to like that. But overall, the castings, I don't have any problems with them. I think they were all really good. I don't think there was a bad performance in this. I wasn't wowed by a lot of them, but yeah, Renee Rapp nails this role. That's the one thing that came out of this film. It was just thinking Renee Rapp is the next star in Hollywood if she isn't already. She was great in this film, and she'll be shot into limelight. I hope she gets a ton more roles because she was great in this film. I believe that's what they thought about Rachel McAdams back then. I don't know what they thought about Lindsay Lohan about playing Caddy in the original, but now the film over. The cinematography is a little weird because they will kind of come in and out of the 16:9 aspect ratio to a full screen aspect ratio, and it's really distracting at times. Christopher Nolan does this as well, but this movie is not Christopher Nolan. So I know what they do. It's because they go to the 16:9 aspect ratio to show that they're going into song, but I don't need to be told that I'm going into song. I just go into song, and and tell your story, whatever you need to do. But you don't need to show me that you're going into song. That's what annoyed me about the cinematography of this. But it was shot really good. There was no complaints. They have a lot of nice transition shots in the film, but nothing to write home about. It was nice. I was pleasantly surprised with this because I had a feeling that this could go really, really bad. As I'm not a big fan of musicals, and it's a it's based off a film that I've never seen before, and I might not get any references if they make any references to that film. Is this like a sequel type thing? I had no idea going to this. I thought this could be really bad if I went into this blinded. I was pleasantly surprised by what came out of it. I think that this film overall, I mean, it's the first film of 2024 I've seen, and it's the best film of 2024 I've seen, and I hope it kind of stays in that top 10 range for the end of the year, because honestly, I could probably go back and rewatch this and be perfectly happy, but it might be a nice comfort watch even. But I really enjoyed this film, and if you are a fan of Mean Girls, as many of you probably are, I don't see any harm in going and watch this. Just know it's a musical and know what you're getting into, and the music is bopping. I'm going to add up a whole bunch of the songs onto my Spotify to jam out to later, but yeah, I have no complaints with this film. I think it's great. I hate giving star ratings or ratings in general, but if I had to kind of give you like a sense of how I felt about the film, it's probably a 4 out of 5 stars. Nice in that little 80 to 80 out of 100 range. You know, nice, like really. It's a B movie. It's like a B, not like a B movie, but like it's a movie in the B range for like grades, you know. But yeah, I think it's great. I think it's a wonderful time. It's a nice 2 hours to kill, and I'm not regretting my choice at all. But yeah, Mean Girls was pleasantly surprising, and go watch it. It's fun. I had a really nice time watching it. But that's all for me for this week for the movie reviews. But I will see you guys next week when I find another movie to review. I have not decided what movie I'm reviewing. Maybe there'll be another film that comes out next week. I don't remember what films are coming out next week. But until then, subscribe, and bye-bye.